How's it going, guys? Welcome back to more Hiveswap. We just walked into this cool dark room. This room is really giving you the creeps. Oh, maybe this is actually the trophy room. The other room we were in was like our living room that happens to have a lot of trophies. You hear something breathing. Something else, you mean, besides you. Specifically in the knight armor. This room is giving you the creeps. Oh, that's just like the room as a whole has some sort of breathing going on. But where am I specifically supposed to draw my attention then? Doesn't seem to be working. You're even more creeped out than you already were, which is severely. I think I legit need the batteries before I can come into this room. Just as you passed into the living room, pulling the door shut behind you, it shuddered as if something heavy and wet slammed against it from the other side. A little bit of a typo there. I can't see anything in the trophy room. It's way too dark. Odd. Rest of house navigable over? Consider utilizing flashlight over? You mean the one filled with your pogs? That flashlight? Joey, please, over. No use dwelling on the past, over. Doesn't matter anyway. Something's blocking the door to the trophy room now. Something over? Yeah. I'm not sure what. Strange. For now, recommend focus on restoring power before sun sets completely over. Oh, geez, you're right. Okay, I'll do that. Thanks for the reminder. Need electricity to retrieve key anyways. Over. What? Can't discuss over unsecure channel. Over and out. Oh, man, is it like a safe that actually is like electronically based? Trying to get power back on, not really working, not a tip. Any hot tips for getting the power back on? Power outage seems to grant invaders significant advantage over. That's not really a tip. That's more like just an explanation for why I'm trying to do it. Not sure what to tell you. Circuit breaker probably in basement, over. See, that was very helpful, thank you. Doing my best, over and out. He's not the best track record. There's a lot of misses in there in his attempts to get the information across, but he's not the worst at this, I'll say. Near it, perhaps near it, but not quite the literal worst. I'm really struggling with this this power situation. Maybe from the oh, there's totally like a cassette player for tapes. Just your reliable old portable cassette player complete with headphones. Jude can occasionally be found using it to even further isolate himself from reality. And salvage dead batteries, of course. Seems to be a running theme. What about the Game Boy then? It's the handheld gaming device that you and Jude share. He hogs it mostly, but that's alright since you got the console in your room. That seems like a fair trade. You have it on good authority that the batteries in this thing are A, way too small for anything you may or may not currently need batteries for, and B, dead as a bag of doornails. So, not a good bet there. There's like this patched up Care Bear with like one missing eye. This bookshelf contains several of Pa's books, including Pistols to Pelts, How to Turn Sweet Intelligent Animals into Weird Rugs and Stuff. There's no way that's actually the title. If it is, no wonder some of these came out a little freakish. Teach Yourself Taxidermy, I guess. And Safari. Stories of bold men and the animals they killed from a distance, even though they weren't hungry and did not intend to eat them. Ouch. Yeah, that's oftentimes how I view hunting. Hint instead of clue. And Monopoly looks kind of like it's just Monopoly, but I love the idea of hint as a board game. Yeah, my issues with hunting stem from like sport hunting. I could deal with other varieties. It's a VHS, but you're not going to get any batteries out of that. Heft the remote, just to show how heavy it is. A universal remote definitely sounds like something that would be useful on your adventure, except the power's out. Universal is probably disappointingly misleading, and who said you were on an adventure anyway? So far, you haven't even left your house. Literally, you are Homestuck, which is very funny, but that is not the title of the game, even though it could. It seems like it could become could better represent what is going on here. Although perhaps sooner or later I'll see a hive and want to swap with it, and I'll understand better. I assumed this was the way out of the house, but I never inspected. You can't tell if the noises you hear are from the monsters or the wind. It's either some particularly whooshy monsters or some really groany wind. Leaving the protection of your home seems like a bad idea. I wanted to say house. Might be creatures and weirdos out there. You think you'll stay inside, where your chances of meeting creatures and weirdos are still pretty good, honestly. Okay, but this is a set of doors that I haven't gone through, and it looks like your brother's hamster pipe thing like connects to it and weaves all the way through. Alright, well this is immediately very distracting. The sound you've heard since you entered the kitchen grows louder as you approach. The awful static is like nothing you've ever heard, and you want to go back to not hearing it as soon as possible. Rumbo the Clown? It's like liquor, I'm assuming. You turn the radio off. And then it's off. It'll stay that way. But can we pillage batteries? You've cranked it all the way down to try to stop that awful noise. You crank it a little harder and, oops, you might have broken it. Actually, you're okay with that. It seems fine by me. I'll live with it. Oh yeah, pop open. You open the battery compartment and... Okay, good. If this radio didn't need batteries to make those noises, you'd have to upgrade the spookitude to business class spookitude. And frankly, you can't afford it. Get the batteries. Jackpot. D-cells. You can never have too many batteries, and never in too many different sizes either. Yeah, there's a lot of batteries in this game. Comes up quite frequently. Man, they really love plastering things all over everything in this house. You visualize all the delicious items that could be in the cool embrace of the refrigerator, but are not. Does that mean it's an empty fridge, or does that mean because the power is out, it's just not cold right now? It's empty. Food shopping has become sporadic of late. Turns out tipsy babysitters are fairly bad at responsibilities. Oh, that's just awful, isn't it? Look, you're not saying you never have home-cooked meals. Your babysitter's a pretty good chef, even. It's just, well, none of you like doing dishes, and the nice thing about takeout is you just eat it right out of the boxes and then throw the boxes away. Of course, none of you really like taking the trash out either. On a scale of chores, though, I bet you could deal with taking out the trash a little more easily than doing the dishes. Doing the dishes sucks, for sure, 100%, but like, come on, guys. The power's off, and as such, your fax machine, 90s, is basically useless. This is an unacceptable state of affairs. It's to be expected, I suppose, given the circumstances. That being lack of power. Ooh. I want to know more about whatever's going on here. There's like a little loop-de-loop in that part there. The tube highway that Jude's pet uses to get around the house. You haven't seen it tonight, fortunately. I assume it's just like a hamster or a gerbil, or maybe it's like a rat or something, but I wonder if it's like not even a rodent. Some other weird, foreign, made-up thing. You're even out of dog food? Things really have gotten desperate. You guess you can't blame your babysitter for running off to the store for groceries at what was retrospectively the worst possible time. Oh, a spice rack. Yeah. A shaker full of seasonal magic spice mix. Your babysitter is a terrible cook, but she dumps this stuff all over everything, and it actually tastes pretty good. Maybe it really is magic. You just said a second ago she's okay. I guess she's not the most talented, she's not going pro, she knows how to salvage, like a half-baked meal. The answer is you just bake it a bit longer. Magic spice mix, nice, we're gonna make things taste so nice. Of course, everybody knows there's no such thing as magic. It's all faked with chemicals and stuff. Still, those chemicals are delicious. What a bleak outlook that is. I just thought there was a little spiral on the container. I don't think it relates to the key spiral. Look, there are monsters out there watching, working up an appetite. With all those monsters out there, you think you'll leave it shut. Also, you don't actually know how to open this window, short of breaking it. Yeah, it does look like one of those big pain-in-the-ass style ones. The cupboards were bare. Is that a Captain Crunch box? It totally is. I can't quite read it. Oh, and you have a Captain Crunch mummy for some reason. It's a very weird thematic way to decorate your home. This mummy is currently blocking your access to the rest of the house. He's been there ever since Pa left him here months ago. Can we move it? Yeah, not a lot of chance of you being able to move Pharaoh Napoleon over here. Fair enough. What a peculiar circumstance that is. Why, of all things, would you use that to block the way, you know? Another electric device successfully powered through clever manipulation of resources in your immediate environment. You're on fire! With your flashlight fully functional and it fit fighting form, you feel significantly better equipped to handle most low-light environments, and also to beat the bejesus out of any of those creeps that get too close. Although, that's a last resort, of course. I think we should first resort that. Upgrade the priority at which we resort to it. It seems like a good, reasonable plan of attack. These used to be stacked neatly on the shelves, but your big dog came clambering through and slammed right into them. They tumbled everywhere. That was about 3 years ago. You aren't great housekeepers. Man, this place must be dusty. Alright, now I gotta remember how to get back to the trophy room. There we are. You try the knob. It turns easily, but it won't budge. Something's blocking it. Something heavy. You guess you'll come back and deal with it after you get the power back on. Damn! That's spooky, yo. How we get down to the basement? Still same thing. Get down to the basement. I need to go in search of a door that I have not yet seen. Oh, what would make the most sense is that it's back over through the kitchen. There's totally this whole section over here. I was just so confident that I needed to go back to that one area. Maybe I do need to move the Pharaoh. I don't really know what the ballerina slippers are for. Oh, you never dance with soldiers. They'll just steal your heart away and then leave you on a 3-year tour. Wow. Weird, introflective thing from this young child. I thought that led outdoors, so I had initially ignored it. It's a machine designed to take your clothes and wash them. You call it a washing machine. It serves its purpose admirably on the rare occasion a human being is willing to cooperate. There's some heavy music going on down here. All neat and folded. Just kidding. This is obviously dirty. This is like, who invented the basement and decided to make it such a scary prospect? Your pa brought home this as a souvenir. There's nobody inside it. It's kind of like a metaphor, you guess? You're not sure you want to start down the road of analyzing your life as if it were a work of fiction. What is this weird thing? Like a Loch Ness Monster's head with a sock puppet face? I don't know what's going on there. It's neat. I wish I could interact with it and get to know more. A souvenir from your pa after his trip to Hawaii. He's been exploring the Pacific a lot lately for some reason, or so he mentioned offhandedly a few years ago. You assume he's still doing that, due to your not having any fresher data, or particularly caring one way or another where the hell he is. That complete separation is very sad. Pa loves his blue lady portraits so much, he keeps redundant backups scattered around. Because it's okay if you ignore something supposedly precious to you as long as you're paying attention to something kinda similar in another location, right? You decide not to pull on that psychological thread because you have important work to do, and who needs that crappy old blowhard anyways? You're right, put that out of your mind. Hey, here we do have kind of like a more of a legit looking Rudolph. There's also a mustache on this mug for your dad. Just loves mustaches. Your babysitter sometimes cracks into your pa's special reserve, and she tends to do it down here, so you and Jude don't see. You aren't really sure what to say about it, or if you even have any business saying anything about it at all. This alcoholic babysitter storyline is weird. Oh, I just noticed when we made a star on the light bright, it's the same as what we have on our shirt. Yeah, that's... Oh, there's like... It's full of like marshmallows. Is there some sort of joke going on here that she's getting tipsy on hot chocolates and stuff? No, she's very clearly has the rumbo and martinis and stuff. Forgotten skiing stuff. No basement is complete without it. in your extremely limited experience. A bunch of spoons? With your paw's strange affinity towards Betty Crocker brand ever apparent, I totally forgot that that's what that logo was for, and the game keeps jumping between real things and not real things, so I'm not really on the lookout for like, oh, what real world brand is that? This musty old junk mainly consists of all sorts of cooking implements, ranging from the familiar to the enigmatic. But now, you can tell what a whisk is for, but some of this stuff looks downright unethical. Torturous cooking implements. It's also in your way. You can't reach the circuit breaker. I'll deal with that in a second. I do want to investigate this this corner over here a bit. This chain looks to be kind of moving a little bit, like barely, but just enough that I'm curious. It's a taxidermied narwhal. Your paw brought it back with him from the Arctic. He sure does get around. Luckily for him, he has this big house to dump off the animals he murders and the kids he doesn't want to raise. I hope we have some sort of discovery of like a thread of a storyline that he does try to save these animals and he only taxidermies the ones he's like unable to save or something like that to like remember them by. Try to move one box and the whole pile's liable to come tumbling down on you. You need to find some way to get them all moving at once. Shake them up somehow. A controlled tumble. That's the ticket. Well, I think I got myself a plan. Blah blah! Yeah, well done. Just the way I planned it. That really went flying everywhere, didn't it? Take a look. You cleared the boxes away with your fancy footwork. Now just give the breaker a tug, or whatever the hell it is that you do. You flip the breaker and... oh, the lights are double off! Ooh. What have we done? Was this a good choice? Oh, we got a slinky friend down here with us. Maybe we should grab the bat as our weapon. Maybe it's because you grew up in a house where nobody really cooks, but you have no idea what to do with these cooking implements. Food, the great mystery. Ah, there's another Betty Crocker thing there is what's going on. I was trying to grab the baseball bat. Seemed like maybe more reliable than the flashlight would be. Oh, Jesus, it's right there. Kind of startled me a bit. I was not expecting that to just be there. Strife. Alright. You've got no chance of beating this thing. You gotta get away. Step on it. Do I hit his toes or something? Okay, well, I just move. Do some tap dancing. Shuffle and scoot. The room where disobedient serpent. I kind of missed what it said there for a second. Am I just disorienting him because he's gonna try and keep up with me and he's just clearly not a dancer? What's the taps? Aw, all tapped out. Can I dance? Gotta hand it to you. Legger luck next time. No, didn't land at all. Graceful, abscond. Woohoo! Prima abscond, Joe. Yeah, stepping straight past that fool. Power back on. You're doing, or psyop some encroaching forces over. Give you back light only to snatch it away. Described hypothetical, very cruel. Dealing with sick operators. Over. No, it was just me, Cremini Jude. That snake monster's down in the basement, by the way. I managed to get past him, but we'll probably need to deal with that at some point. Just lock that up and forget about it forever. Second encounter with said serpent, correct? Beast wily. But sister already established superior wiliness attribute. Over. Hey, thanks, I think. Trophy room should be trivial obstacle. Over. Wait, what? Attic key, Joey. Eyes on the prize. Keep me in the loop and over and out. He's kind of right, though. Seems like we've dealt with the worst of it. Now it's just a simple matter of executing the final part of the plan. I was gonna say like plan part A or B or C. I don't know what number of part we're on. Oh God. Ugh. I hate his little tiny legs. They're awful and I hate them. Try not to be judgmental, but I hate it. Strife! We're met with more strife. Alright. Tap to disorient, maybe? Tapatizer? Warm things up with a little bit of tap? Main roars. Like the main course. Better luck next time. Oh, was I supposed to do a thing there? I didn't. I just didn't. Tapatizer, and then maybe I do something with the roars? Choose your battles. Choose. Lots of puns within this battle. Alright, well, I got no idea what I'm supposed to do or how I'm supposed to win this. Please excuse me. Two to tango. Jaw ready for this? Lots of really good biting puns. I like it. I'll just stick a flashlight in his face. Light on your feet. Oh. Light bite. They really committed. Biter luck next time. They wrote so many puns that they're doing like 4 per thing here. There's such an endless amount of them. Well, shit, I don't really know what I'm doing. We'll just keep on tapping. So that opens things up, but then I can't select something before he goes for the bite. Oh, do I just need to feed this guy a snack? Opening course. Should I have poisoned it or something first, maybe? Fletcherize on the prize. I don't know what that means, dude. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, maybe it's all these things about eating and course and choose your battles and appetizer and stuff. Do I gotta give him the magic spice? Spice to meet you. Pepper luck next time. Is he gonna sneeze when he walks through that or something? That's what I'm going for. Can I combine these? Nah, they're already irresistible to pretty much all animals. Why Gilda Lily? I don't know, it keeps talking about food and stuff. Anyone for seconds? Oh, okay, this is totally changing things up a bit. I gotta commit to this. Make mine a double. Ooh, chomp chomp. Alright, big guy, time for dessert. It's a big hungry weirdo going on here. Treat to a pulp. That was amazing. The punniness was out of control. Alright, monster inflicted, death scene averted. You are unbelievably stressed out right now. Congratulations, you've ascended to rung 2. Attained a rank of tail-wagging tyro. Max HP increased by 12, muscle increased by 7. Congratulations, you've ascended to rung 3. Attained rank of minute mammal mender. Dexterity increased by 2, grace increased by 6, leverage increased by 5. I don't know if all this is actually happening or if it's some joke. Congratulations, rung 4. The Peppy Patterer. Mastered Noggin Bop. Hubris by 4, courtesy decreased by 2. Did any of that actually happen? The leveling up, I mean, not the battle? Hey, Jude. Thought I'd just check in quick. So, where's the key? In his desk or something? Would never leave critical item in such obvious location, over. Okay, but like, where did you leave it? I just had to lure a hungry monster out of here with treats, and I'm not sure how much time I have for brother-sister conspiracy capers before it comes back. If room compromise can't discuss countermeasures, over unsecured line, utilize puzzler skill set, over. Ugh, fine. Call back if assistance required, over and out. We got a cool, like, rhino beetle up top here, it looks like. This is, Horus, you think. You're not up on your etymology. Wait, etymology or etymology is, like, study of words, I think. It's an Alberige, a folk art monster from Oaxaca, Mexico. Alebrije, probably? Carved out of the wood of the copal tree, this little thing used to creep you out really bad until your babysitter suggested you learn more about it. You found out they're based on monsters an artist saw in his dreams, and ever since then, he seemed a lot more friendly. Oh, it is quite adorable. Oh, you have like the Makushla, the Russian nesting dolls, I think is what's going on there. We have the elephant, a nice ship, more Egyptian stuff back there, a turtle shell, a bear head, bunch of boomerangs, like a dragon mask sort of thing. The deer. As if being dead weren't bad enough, your paw replaced his eyes with some creepy glass orbs. Oh, it does look awful. The light refracted in their faceted stare gives you the creeps. But are you crazy? Or is there some light reflecting off his antler, too? Maybe it bears closer examination. Maybe a deer's closer examination. Does that really... Oh, okay, there's a pull on it. But does it really reflect that much more than you would expect? There's something odd about the antlers. You can't quite put a finger on it. Or can you? Maybe, in a literal sense. We'll investigate that in a moment. I'm going to poke around the room. Your paw's love of globes knows no bounds. In like episode 1 or whatever, we talked about how he brings home mummies and globes and stuff, and I was like, who brings home more than one globe? I think we've seen a couple already. But you don't recognize any of the continents on this one. Oh yeah. You'd have a better idea of what you were looking at, if you could read these scribbly labels. All you can make sense of is the X mark. Could it indicate treasure? Let's give her a spin. Oh, it's a big X. Can I spin it a few more times to make the X face us in some way? That seemed like classic puzzle game mentality. This is a katana. You have no idea what to do with one. Wait. Maybe you will just throw it away. Don't want to use that as a weapon if you're all no guns. This is exactly the kind of thing you wish wasn't in your house. Why couldn't your paw just leave their regular eyes in? And also, more importantly, leave their head attached to their body. You'd like to put something in those sockets, but what? And also, wait. Why do you want to do that so much? That's weird. Pog eyes? Pogs in the eyes? You could never be so rude and cruel to such a big, sweet kitty who's already suffered so much. Something definitely needs to go in those empty sockets, though. If only because you are getting creeped out. Yummy snacks? You hope this big kitty had treats aplenty while he could enjoy them. You sincerely do hope that. Batteries in the eye sockets? It's worth a try. Nope, it wasn't. It wasn't worth a try. Well, at least we tried. It stopped at 11:11, and has been as long as you can remember. You could fix it, but why bother? It's not like you're gonna make a habit of strolling over to the worst room in your house to check the time. Investigate this cool-looking painting, though. Oh, it's a little tattered. You've never been entirely clear on what's going on in this tapestry, but it certainly looks intense. Just look at that fire-breathing serpent beast at the bottom, and that red-eyed figure on the throne. What's their deal? Red-eyed figure. Oh yeah, this guy up here. I'm trying to see, like, if there's a serpent creature, if there's anything analogous to what we're experiencing in real life. In the game, in real game life. I don't see any real connections to be drawn there. And I think I've clicked just about everything in the room. Just about, not quite. This, whatever this is, depicts some heroes conversing with huge monsters. Do the monsters help them, kill them? You prefer to imagine everybody gets out okay, but you know life is rarely that kind. No. You got nothing. You feel unqualified to comment. Yeah, I'm just gonna tap out on that one. Not today, not feeling it. Instead, let's just give our deer horn a quick pull. Wow, that sure did something. Jude, I can't make heads or tails of this thing. That's really funny because, like, a Canadian quarter has, like, a deer on one side. Is it a moose? Maybe it's a moose. I would have to look. I think it's an elk, maybe. But it has, like, an elk on one side and a queen on the other one. So when you say you can't make heads or tails of a deer, it's kind of like just talking about a quarter. What thing over? I turned on a laser, but that's it? Nothing else is happening? Thought you were a puzzle master. Was wrong, it seems, over. Hold on, over. Believe this calls for burns. McGruff crime dog experiences trouble. Unbelievable. Over. Wait. Disregard previous burn. Superior burn formulated. Ace Ventura pet detective? Masterpiece movie. Please respond if ice required. Over. Did it say something other than Ace Ventura? Did I automatically read that and it was something more burn related? Excellent movie, very funny, love Jim Carrey, if not a little homophobic in the way that it's aged. Nice try, dork, pretty good burn. Okay, but that was solid, you nailed me. Forgive if boundary overstepped. Oh, that's so kind to immediately backpedal it like that. But, like, not really, just like, only if you're hurt, then I didn't mean it, but if you're okay with it, then yeah, I meant that. Have been informed, mildly contentious banter, cornerstone of squad camaraderie, over. Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, how am I supposed to solve this thing? This clearly a puzzle thing that cries out to be solved? Use marbles, over. I'm thinking as hard as I can. You know I like puzzles. I wouldn't be asking if it weren't an emergency. Actual marbles, over. What are you talking about? Trivial, really, over? What marbles? I don't have any marbles. You don't? None nearby, over? No. Oops, over. Well, dang. We probably got to get some... Oh, I get to switch characters. You're now Jude Harley. I wasn't expecting to switch ever. That's awesome. Well, I probably have to put marbles in the eyes of the lion or whatever it is, right? Okay, I was looking to wrap up the episode soon anyways. Here, switching characters is like a perfect place to do so. I'm probably going to stop reading this guy's dialogue as shouting all the time now that it's not over a walkie-talkie, but he seems like he really likes shouting into that walkie. Cool. Here's where the swap is happening, I guess. There's where we're getting the swap of the hive, I guess. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.